Hello, everyone. Welcome to a thankful, thriving Thursday. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to come here on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays to watch the live recordings and the Wednesdays and Fridays for the live show. I highly appreciate you guys. The least you can do is to subscribe, like, share this video with everyone because we are reaching every child, every young person, and every woman around the world. And remember, if we reach a child, we reach a woman, we have automatically reached the entire world. So do well to share this so that together we can unite to defeat hunger, illiteracy, and poverty. And we're going to have fun today with one of my best mentors of all time, Maya Angelou, Dr. Maya Angelou. And so we're going to be talking about one of her poems. You know, she was a poet who contributed to the world in education, in poetry, and in other ways. Especially, she was also an activist. So we want to be able to appreciate her. And from time to time, we're going to be talking about her. And I really love her so much. I've been reading her for a very long time, ever since I knew how to read. I've been reading about Maya Angelou. And one of her quotes was, if I can remember that, I really love that quote. It says, oh my God, I'm trying to remember that poem here. It talks about a woman. A woman with harmony. A woman in harmony with nature is like a river flowing. She goes where she will and arrives at her destination, prepared to be herself and only herself. But today we're going to be talking about one of her poems, Still Arise. Still Arise. It has a lot of meaning in it. Maya Angelou's poem, Still Arise, is a very powerful declaration of resilience, strength, and dignity in the face of oppression and adversity. The poem is deeply rooted in the African American experience, but it also resonates universally with anyone who has faced challenges, discrimination, or hardship. And just so you know, this can happen in any setting, whether it is at your home, with your parents, in your village, in your community, or internationally. It does happen, even within families. So we are just using her poem as an example, but despite all of these things, when you are determined, you will rise. When you know who you are and whose you are, you will rise. Still arise, right? And this poem really resonates with my life experience as a child. And so I always just love to read about her. So what are the key themes and interpretation that this poem brings? Still arise. What are they? We talk about resilience and defiance. This poem, Still Arise, talks about resilience and defiance. So Dr. Maya Angelou asserts that no matter how much she is put down, she will always rise above it, rising above dirt. And rising above dirt is something that is like a natural organic manure. Some people look at the soil or the dirt and they call it dirt, but that is how you grow. You grow out of that dirt. We were made from dust and the dirt, and onto it we will still go. So when you throw a seed in the dirt, still the seed is going to rise. Whether you try to hush the seed, when that time comes, it's still gonna rise. So the repeated refrain, still arise, emphasizes an unbreakable spirit that refuses to be defeated. We all can do that, right? And then the other theme is overcoming oppression. The poem addresses historical and systemic oppression, particularly of Black people. The lines, "You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. highlight how history has often misrepresented marginalized people. History has misrepresented marginalized people in our various homes. You can take this from home, where some children are being marginalized by their own parents as well. I am an example of that. So I really love this poem because it teaches me a lot of things, that regardless of your life circumstances, still you will rise. Still, I rose and I continue to rise. And then the third theme is confidence and self-worth. Angelou embraces her beauty. You look at the way she talks, she knows that she's so beautiful. She's black and beautiful, and she shows it, you know. Um, Power and success despite societal attempts to diminish her. Angelou embraces, listen to that very well. Angelou embraces her beauty, power, and success despite societal attempts to diminish her, to hush her down, to shut her mouth, to make her not right, but she did it. So the lines, does my sassiness upset you? And does my sexiness upset you? Challenge those who try to shame her confidence. She has so much confidence that some people, instead of really supporting her, wasted their own time, or instead of doing their own thing, wasted their own time trying to hush her down. But still, she rose, right? And then this poem also gives us the theme of hope and victory. The imaginary, the imaginary the imagery of rising like dust, like air, and like the ocean symbolizes unstoppable progress, unshakable progress, unbreakable progress. So the poem ends with triumph. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. It connects past struggles with future victories. This is a big lesson to all of us here. All right. So overall, the overall message here is that Angelou's poem is a testament to the power of perseverance and self-belief. It encourages people like you and I, all of us here, and we can in turn encourage our children. In particular, we do that by doing it. Our children need to see us in action. You know, children don't care about too many words. What they see better is the action. So it is so important. So it encourages people, especially those who have faced discrimination, whether it is domestic discrimination, international discrimination. It is there in all families, in all societies. So they face discrimination, hate, or hardship to keep rising above challenges with dignity and hope. We can take the example of Christ. Christ went through the worst in life, but he never gave up. Even when it was so painful, nobody has ever gone through the kind of pain that Christ went through. But still, he rose. And Christ is not different from you and I, because he listened to the Creator and he did exactly what the Master, God, told him to do. And still, he rose from the dead, and having done that, he saved you and I from our sins. So there's so much to be talked about in this poem. So personalized reflection on Still I Rise is that one global movement. We want to personalize this for one global movement. So Maya Angelou, Still I Rise is not just a poem to us here in one global movement. It's not just a poem. It is a powerful anthem of hope, resilience, and transformation. It aligns deeply with the One Global Movement mission to uplift women, children, and young people, eliminating hunger, illiteracy, and poverty while building generational wealth. So rising beyond struggles, just as Maya Angelou declares, you may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. One global movement speaks for those who have been silenced, oppressed, and overlooked, those who have been denied food, those who don't even have enough food to eat, those who have been denied an education or their parents don't even have a means to educate them, those who were forgotten and not empowered. Every child who hungers for education, every mother who dreams of a better future. And every young person seeking purpose is rising, breaking generational barriers, and embracing a future filled with possibilities. I take myself always as an example because I like to talk about things that I have experienced personally, or I have been a first class or first hand eyewitness. I was hushed by a parent, a father, biological father, hushed to the worst place on earth, birth, while living in the bush. It didn't matter. I had this thing downloading on me, and with the help of my grandmother and my mother and my village, still I rose from that dirt. And I am here today to share my story so that we know, and you know, that you're not alone. Still, you can rise from that dirt if you are determined. So, defying injustice with strength. The poem reminds us that no matter how history has written against you, we reclaim our truth with boldness. One Global Movement stands against the injustices of poverty, illiteracy, and inequality, ensuring that no dream is too small, no hope is too distant. If you don't look at it as if it's far away, or how am I going to get there? Start right now, today, at this moment. Start thinking and start putting the resources together and begin to ask questions. Don't just keep quiet. So it also still arises, also instill in each and every one of us confidence in the face of adversity. Angelou's words, does my sassiness upset you? Reflect the bold courage of every woman child. Remember, here in One Global Movement, we focus mostly on the female child, the young woman. And so this is a bold, it encourages every woman, every child that is a young girl out there and young person determined to break free from limitations. You were not born with limitations. No, you were born with all the greatness, and never you let anybody limit you. So through education, economic empowerment, and community support, One Global Movement therefore empowers young people to walk with confidence, that confidence that comes from within you, not putting chips on your shoulders, walk with confidence and claim your rightful place in the world, because you have talent, you have gifts, you were born with those things. You have them. You have to begin to manifest them by taking daily actions, and by speaking life into your own existence, and by being positive. And don't and pick and choose your friends. And when you have negativity around you, I know that sometimes it can be difficult when you have family, but look for your own way to mitigate those situations and continue to rise regardless. So the promise of a brighter tomorrow, the closing lines, I am the dream and the hope of the slaves. I am the dream and the hope of the slaves, mirror One Global Movement's mission to rewrite history for those who have been bound by hardship, like me, to replace despair with opportunity, and to ensure that every child and woman stands tall in the light of hope and dignity. And now, let me give you the final thought here. And please take the time to really go through this video over and over. You will learn something, and you can then equate it to your situation. It doesn't have to be this situation, because all over the world, in families, among friendships or marital homes or whatever, there's always this kind of things happening. Maya Angelou's example is a grander example that we can all take and put into our own little situations that we are facing, because regardless of who you are, you can have all the resources in the world. Either illness can put you down, but you try to rise above that illness. Maybe you are being bullied in school. You try to rise above that, knowing that you have worth within you. You are better than the people that are bullying you. You don't join in. So One Global Movement is not just about survival. It is about rising like a shining star again and again. When you are hushed down, you have the power to rise. If you can't walk, you can, if you cannot crawl, or if you can't walk, you can crawl. If you cannot crawl, your mouth can say something, your mouth can sing, your pen can write, your crayon can draw, can design things, right? So until every woman, every child and young person can stand in their full power, like Maya Angelou's words, we declare to the world, we here in One Global Movement declare to the world, no matter the struggle, still we will rise together. We are going to rise together in faith, in hope, in determination, and in resilience, so that we can reach every child in the world. So this is so wonderful. And this is the end of today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we always love you. And make sure you touch a child today, touch a young person today, or touch a mother that is struggling to put food on the table for her children. We love you all. Bye-bye.